Welcome back to Larry's Innocent. In the last episode, we figured out why Larry's a complete and total idiot because she was fighting against us. In this episode, we're going to hope to God he doesn't fight us again, and this time we're going against Lang. Yay, Lang! Alright, I actually had to record this like twice because holy crap, does this place not want me to... Oh, God, that's fine, I guess. It's a little loud, but whatever. I was the one who found the body of the victim. Besides him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. I want to talk about that. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found a murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butson, here too. Okay, that is its stupidity. That was just him being stupid. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But the owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. Well, he technically didn't want to sneak onto the crime scene. He wanted to sneak into the old lady, the young lady, lady's room and accidentally got over here. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? I guess not. If you're alluding to his reason for being the chimney, we've already established that. Alright. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? What are you... You've been watching us the entire time. When did we have a chance to, like, fabricate an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. Alright, I forgot. A prosecutor kind of caused this guy's family to go down to toilet, so I guess he doesn't like prosecutors that much. Well, I mean, like, all prosecutors aren't the same person. That's like saying, like, you're... I don't even know what that's saying, like, but that's... I don't know. I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna respond to that. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, I can't think of anything something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? I like this guy's argument. It's basically, I'm too stupid to come up with a complex argument or a complex plan. Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. That's not a good thing. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. I feel like we insulted him at that level. Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being, meaning that the only way that I can prove Larry's innocence is present irrefutable evidence. Cool. I want to press the part about the samurai sword. Yeah, this part. That's a little vague, and I kind of want to know, for one thing, how is he even smelling the blood? Is he actually part wolf, lion thing? Ah, dang it! I found it here instead. Yeah, you're supposed to see it, but you didn't. Happy? Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the chest, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. That's interesting, considering the samurai spear itself isn't that weighty. Which leads me to suspect the victim was beaten to death with a sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Okay. Besides him was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. Suspect he beat the victim to death with the thing. Wait 1 second. Ah, much better. Sorry, I just had to, like, lower my volume for a second because holy crap, it was screwing me over right now. Like, my ears were starting to bleed at that point. Anyway, he beat the victim to death with the thing. Now, this part really confused me quite a bit when I first started this. Thank God I lost the, my audio screwed up at that time period. But when he said weighty, I was seriously thinking this thing was heavy enough to beat somebody over the victim's head. But apparently it's not that weighty. So, in some ways, this game stupid lied to me. You're supposed to present the samurai spear, by the way. Because that thing bent, why wouldn't the sword bend at that point? Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Well, didn't you use guns or something? I mean, why would you use spears? Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout the history. What? That's a scary thought. I don't want to go to your country anymore. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I feel like they're different. One's sharp and one will just kill you. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. I don't understand, but okay. So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want to take a look at this section here. What about it? The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against the wall in this embassy earlier. Oh my god, dude. That's, I'm pretty sure, illegal in this country or something. As you can clearly see, the insides of the steel samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. I love how he says that, yet Lang called this weighty, so like I'm thinking like is Lang lying to us? Is he fabricating the evidence now? Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in a samurai sword. How do you explain that? Ayah! That's how he explains it. Great response, dude. Great response. Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. Couldn't you have told us that before or something, you idiot? But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff because the spear got bent. That's the point. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain a jab move, though. What? Man, I got such an earful from the director for the play of not doing it in the show. Nice job, you idiot. Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? Why is that important? Well, I mean, like, it won't surprise me at all. I wonder if that's actually in the organizing. Ouch! Thank you. Wait 1 second. He bent it, couldn't do his early summer rain jab special attack. I'm pretty sure that's important then, if it's gonna tell me like that. That's more than enough of your veiny whimpering! Okay then. Now, back to the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. I don't know what you're gonna say, so that's fine with me. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risk into place of real logic is hardly a Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Wow, I mean, okay, you're taking stabs at yourself now, man. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But he fabricated evidence in order to keep that his 40-year win streak, though. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. That's true. What if the defendant was not guilty? Then again, we're the ones who believe that it's not guilty, but I guess you can't judge every book by... You can't judge every stereotype like that. Objection! What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose, okay? I would assume we do hate to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. Hold it. Not really. I mean, the reason why the courts are here is not to get a perfect victory, but to get a perfect, to find a real killer, or to find a real witness, or to find a real problem with it. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. What does that mean? I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damas II without bending it. You mean the impossible way? Wait 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Stupid audio screwing me up right now. What are you saying exactly? So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? Impossible? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence even Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. I wonder... Why Larry? It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. How? And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. Can you tell us how? We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that a suspicion would fall on the owner of said weapon? I mean, that makes sense, but it doesn't work out if, you know, if you can't actually kill somebody with a weapon. How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. Hold it. Okay, that's fair. We left no stone unturned? Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. I get it. We have to find evidence. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it crystal clear for you. Alright. Let's figure out what the heck is going on. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. I have no idea how. May I inquire as to how you're able to make such a claim, Agent Lang? Langzi says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is man. What? So we're basing this all on miracles here? Rather than man, it's Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. Okay then. The human body is a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot, like what? Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent. How though? You haven't explained it! But we can only be sure of one way or the other, seeing if the wound matches the sword. I know that. But as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I'd like. You're an idiot. Wow, you're all idiots. And these are the only logical conclusion. Search the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only a weapon. Okay, let's press this, because I don't think they checked everywhere. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword? That's right, even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with that, Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon? Well, we always have to raise an objection, so let's raise the stupid objection. If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force one to open for you. Yeah, we'll force that door open, man! Show Lang how to open doors! I will open every door! We'll put a pot in every chicken! What am I saying? Trying to make an Everybody Hates Chris reference and it really failed. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha! Ah! The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little blah 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 blah? Blah 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 blah. I'm getting stranger in the second. Of course, because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate when people like you slander my men. At least he cares about his men, I guess. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigation, Dragnet has a few holes in it. What's a Dragnet? Time to look up online! What is a Dragnet? Why am I on Yelp? Whatever, I wasn't even remembering me on Yelp. Namely, that there's something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. There's a movie called Dragnet? What? And that is a real murder weapon. Holy crap, there's an American television series about this. Every week, certain Joe Friday follows the clues, interviews witnesses, and spews a lot of crime jargon as he tries to catch one perp or another. What? Yes, I get it. It was an American television motion period. Okay, so apparently Dragnet's a television series that actually lasted for 8 seasons. Wait, what? It lasted for 16 seasons. Holy crap. That's impressive. It had 762 episodes. What the heck? Enacting the cases of a dedicated Los Angeles police detective and his partners. Alright, the term takes its name from a police term dragnet, meaning a system of coordinated measures for apprehending criminals or suspects. Why couldn't you say that? Okay, sure, why not? It's a process in which crime is caught. It's also a television series, so I might actually watch it. It sounds kind of cool. I'll tell you guys how it is. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed Damas II. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch. It's not that no one could touch it. It's that no one was able to touch it because they weren't allowed to touch it. The only thing they were never allowed to touch was the Prima Duck statues, only been caught by the ambassador and assistants themselves. We opened that door, man! The national treasure of Alabast. Let's open that door. You mean the Prima Duck statue? Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe, means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Of course, that would... You know very well that if we did that, there would be an international incident over a freaking statue between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance of a statue over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. You're gonna start an international incident. Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction of the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Someone touched the statue, but we don't know who. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. What is he said that's actually wrong? Shifu, please let's be rational about this. Grrr. Oh, he's angry. Langzy says, just go already! Best quote you've ever said yet, man! Just go already! I'm gonna use that forever. That's gonna be the title of this thing. Yes, sir. Shifu? Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. Oh, really? He really cares about this thing. He would even let us go in, but he would never let us touch the statue? I was unable to obtain permission to us to examine the Prime Deck statue. Huh. I see. Wait. But then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Whip him if you have to. Who cares if he's an 80-year-old man? Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know. Aren't you doing that? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. What? Okay, forget about the international incident thing. We actually are starting one. But Shifu, what about causing an international incident? What about that like 5 seconds ago? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. That'll be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and more investigating. Fair enough. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like you to run a luminol whatever that word is, test on a statue. A luminol test? Why did you just say that? Why do you have to go like the chemiluminescent, whatever that word is, and just use that? Luminol test, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get to the forensics team in here. Wouldn't the forensics team wonder why we're doing something like this? Heh, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed the Master Second. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill the Master Second, so the charge remains. Yeah, he could have just used this to, like, freaking hit the guy over the head, I guess. We are hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Huh, you think so? Okay, then knock yourself out. Wonder what we can find. Examine this. Upon closer inspection, he really does look like a lot like a Steel Samurai. Hey, he does! Hey, maybe that's why I chose him to be a goodwill ambassador? Maybe. I actually can't discredit that hypothesis. Or maybe the people at this embassy just really like Steel Samurai. I highly doubt that, considering the statue was probably made before the Steel Samurai even aired. It's absolutely preposterous! I don't think that it's out of unlikely. We mustn't go around denouncing people's opinions. And yet you look how easily discredited mine, not that I care why they chose them. Okay then. That's an interesting way to think about it. Let's see. Ooh, this is interesting! And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint? What definitive piece of evidence like you doing under there? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Why are you angry? This is actually important if it isn't Larry's. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry and then we get fucked over. But still, it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy, I want results of these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me? And in only 5 seconds, he already came back, went to the lab, came back, and already had the results. Why can't I do something like that? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And? About the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in Babley's embassy? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochin, sir. What? So you're telling me Manny Cochin sneaked across the border for some reason? He went to another country. This is why we need a wall, man. This is why we need a freaking wall dividing people. But that's... what's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each Prime Deck statue can only be handled by someone of that country. By the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's Prime Deck statue. Impossible! It can't be! Great way to say that, man. Larry never once set foot on Babley's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of the smuggling operation was killed with an Alabastian knife in Babal. And Damas II was killed in Alabastian soil with Babal's natural treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yathagarasu who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. And like that, everything doesn't make sense anymore! Well, it's Neon 62, and this is almost the end of the game, I think. Wow. Anyway, now, after this, it's also completely blind now, so that's going to be fun. This is Neon 62 signing off. Hope you had a great time, month of your life, so I'll see you all next time.